Manipulation is everywhere, woven into the smallest interactions, often going unnoticed. Most people don't even realize they're being played. Whether it's the coworkers slyly maneuvering for a promotion or the silver-tongued salesman nudging you toward an upgrade you didn't need, the world is a minefield of hidden agendas. Everyone seems to want something, and many are willing to use subtle, even shady tactics to get it. While the majority fall victim to these psychological traps, Sigma males are a different breed entirely. Their minds are sharp, their instincts even sharper. They're remarkably perceptive and deeply intuitive, giving them an almost uncanny ability to read between the lines and recognize manipulative behavior instantly. They pick up on patterns others tend to miss, making it almost impossible to deceive or control them. Here are 8 specific ways Sigma males handle manipulators. 1. They pretend to be clueless, but only when it serves them. Sigma males have mastered the art of tactical ignorance. When a manipulator tries to pull a fast one, these men might play dumb, not because they don't understand, but because pretending not to understand gives them the upper hand. Instead of reacting or confronting, they let the manipulator think they're winning. This unexpected response throws the other person off. Manipulators are typically prepared for 2 reactions: compliance or confrontation. But a Sigma who appears unaware, that's disarming, that's confusing. This approach also gives Sigma males precious time to observe, gather data, and analyze motives. Like a spy behind enemy lines, they silently gather intelligence while the other person celebrates a false victory. It's a way of staying 2 steps ahead without raising any suspicion. By choosing not to engage in pointless arguments or power struggles, Sigma males protect their peace and conserve their energy. Sometimes, the best way to win the game is to act like you're not even playing. This method doesn't mean they're pushovers. It means they know exactly when to keep their cards close and when to lay them on the table. And when the moment is right, they let it be known that they saw everything from the start. 2. They call out lies the moment they hear them. For a Sigma male, a lie is a warning sign, a crack in the foundation of trust, and they're not the kind to just let it slide. When something doesn't add up, they don't shrug it off. They address it immediately, cutting through the fog with piercing clarity. Exposing a lie is like flipping on a light switch in a pitch-dark room. Everything that was hidden becomes visible, and the manipulator is left scrambling. Sigma males make this a habit by being constantly attentive. They listen not just to words, but to tone, timing, and consistency. If a story suddenly changes or smells fishy, they won't pretend not to notice. They'll ask direct questions, not to embarrass, but to get to the truth. Imagine you're at school and someone spins an unbelievable story about their weekend. Most people nod along, but a Sigma would ask, "Hold on, how exactly did that happen?" They keep conversations grounded in facts. In professional settings, they double-check details, request clarity, and follow up where others wouldn't. This ability makes it difficult for lies to survive around them, and even harder for manipulators to thrive. 3. They rely on their gut, and they actually listen to it. That sinking feeling in your stomach when something's not right? Sigma males don't ignore it. They treat it as a trusted internal compass. While others brush off intuition as paranoia, Sigmas recognize it as a vital tool, a kind of emotional radar alerting them to unseen threats. They've learned that when someone seems too smooth, too charming, or too eager to win them over, something deeper might be off. Their gut doesn't just react, it analyzes. It picks up on inconsistencies, on subtle shifts in behavior or tone. And they act on these feelings. If their instincts say slow down, they don't rush in. If something feels wrong, they back away without waiting for proof. It's a kind of invisible shield that protects them from being lured into bad deals, manipulative relationships, or shady situations. This doesn't make them negative or paranoid. In fact, Sigma males can be optimistic and open-minded, but they are discerning. They don't give trust away freely. And because of that, they avoid many problems that others only recognize in hindsight. 4. They ask strategic questions. Lots of them questions are one of the Sigma male's sharpest weapons when dealing with manipulation. The act of questioning does more than just gather facts. It disrupts the manipulator's control. Each carefully crafted question shifts the spotlight back onto them, forcing them to stay on their toes. Sigma men don't ask randomly. They zero in on the weak spots, the vague parts of a story, the inconsistencies in someone's claims. A manipulator who's used to having all the control quickly finds themselves cornered, having to explain, clarify, and rethink their lies. And that's the beauty of it. To an outsider, it just looks like a curious or casual exchange. But underneath, the Sigma is dissecting the narrative, probing for flaws. Every question serves a purpose, whether it's exposing the truth, revealing hidden motives, or simply watching how someone reacts under pressure. By turning the tables with intelligent questioning, they regain power in the conversation. Manipulators, who once believed they were pulling strings, suddenly realize they're the ones being examined. The game changes, and usually, they don't even see it coming. Answering carefully and analyzing every response, that's how Sigma males spot manipulation. They listen closely, looking for the cracks, subtle red flags or inconsistencies that give the game away. And by asking the right questions, not only do they show genuine interest and attentiveness, but they also cleverly disarm the manipulator. By presenting themselves as engaged, they make the other person feel comfortable enough to drop their guard. The manipulator, thinking they've successfully baited the Sigma, often reveals more than they intended. But by the time the conversation wraps up, the Sigma has already connected the dots. They've uncovered the hidden agenda, all without starting a confrontation or raising suspicion. Number 5, they stay patient and let manipulators reveal themselves. One of the most effective strategies Sigma males use when dealing with manipulative people is patience. While others might rush to defend themselves or react emotionally, Sigmas take a breath, observe, and wait. They don't leap into judgment or act impulsively. They let time do the work. Manipulators usually depend on fast moves and quick psychological tricks. They want to catch their targets off guard. But Sigma males? They think several steps ahead. They remain composed and let the manipulator play their hand first. They understand that given enough time, those trying to deceive them will eventually reveal who they truly are. This waiting strategy gives the manipulator a false sense of victory. When a Sigma doesn't react right away, it often makes the manipulator believe they've won, that they've fooled their target. But that false confidence leads to carelessness. And that's when the mask slips. That's when the truth begins to show. While the manipulator gets reckless, the Sigma collects every piece of the puzzle, quietly, steadily. They're not in a rush because they know clarity comes with time. This kind of patience is power. It's confidence without arrogance. It leaves the manipulator confused and uneasy, unsure of why their tactics aren't working. While chaos brews on one side, the Sigma remains calm, steady, and in control. Number 6, they say no. Without needing to justify it, no is one of the strongest words in the Sigma male's vocabulary, and they're not afraid to use it. In fact, they know that a firm no, delivered without explanation, can shut down manipulation in its tracks. When dealing with those who twist words or push limits, offering an explanation can give them an opening to argue or persuade. Sigma males understand this all too well. So instead of giving someone something to pick apart, they keep their response simple and final. If something doesn't feel right, they just say no and move on. No elaboration, no overthinking, no energy wasted. This boundary-setting approach protects them from being dragged into debates or pressured into justifying their choices. And when explanations are necessary, say in professional situations, they keep things factual and brief. They never reveal more than what's needed. Because the more you explain, the more room you leave for someone to twist your words. By keeping their responses clear and concise, Sigma men preserve their energy, protect their boundaries, and make it absolutely clear where they stand. Number 7, they walk away without a second thought. Sometimes the most powerful move isn't to argue, retaliate, or prove a point. It's to simply walk away. Sigma males know this well. They don't waste their time or emotional energy trying to fix people who are set on manipulating them. Instead, they recognize when the game isn't worth playing and choose to step away. Think of it like a game where the other player keeps cheating. What do? You leave? Because it's not worth your time. That's how Sigma males operate. They don't stay in situations that drain their peace or violate their values. They don't stick around trying to change someone's mind or force respect. They just remove themselves entirely. Let's say someone keeps trying to pressure a Sigma male into doing something against his will. He won't argue. He won't explain. He'll just leave. That action alone speaks volumes. And often, it leaves the manipulator stunned. Walking away doesn't mean giving up. It means refusing to play a rigged game. It's choosing your mental health and emotional clarity over conflict. Even in the workplace, if things become toxic or unreasonable, Sigma males know when to quietly start searching for a healthier space. They don't waste time fighting battles that don't serve their goals. They choose peace over drama, clarity over confusion, and progress over pointless struggle. Number 8, they set firm boundaries and stick to them. Setting boundaries is like drawing a line in the sand. It makes it clear where you stand and what you will or won't accept. Sigma males are especially skilled at this. They aren't aggressive about it, but they are clear, direct, and firm. Think of boundaries like the rules of a game. When everyone knows the rules, the game runs smoothly. But when one person tries to cheat or change the rules mid-game, it creates chaos. Sigma males don't allow that. They let others know exactly where the line is drawn. If someone crosses the line or tries to push them into something uncomfortable, they respond with calm but unwavering honesty. A simple statement like, "That's not something I'm okay with," or "I don't do that," shuts the situation down without any confusion. This kind of boundary setting helps them avoid manipulative or awkward situations from the start. It's not about being rude. It's about respecting themselves enough to be clear. And surprisingly, the more firm they are with their limits, the more others respect them, because confidence and clarity are hard to argue with. Sigma males don't just expect respect. They command it by being honest about who they are and what they stand for. And anyone who tries to challenge that quickly realizes they've picked the wrong person. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Epic Persona for more powerful content on the psychology of Sigma males and mastering emotional intelligence in a complex world. Stay sharp, stay calm, and keep evolving.